Hello everyone, this is Gwydion with another RPG Sounds Sound Pack preview. Today I'll be reviewing the Sound Pack Extended Combat. And if you're new to these videos and to RPG Sounds is a free program that's available for download on Steam by the company Cast and Play. They did a successful Kickstarter many months ago that I participated in, and as a quick disclaimer, I'm actually not getting anything from these videos. I just really enjoy their program and their sounds, and I find it extremely useful. So I don't get any benefit or any free sound packs. I'm paying for everything myself, just so you all know. But I love the company and I love the program, and I want to give them more exposure. If you'd like to see a full review of RPG Sounds, I'm going to link a comment above here in the video so you can see that. And let's get started with the sound pack for RPG Sounds. So if you go to Steam and you look for the Extended Combat Sound Pack, you can scroll down and you can see that it's $4.99 right now as downloadable content. And you can kind of get a preview of what is coming. So if you want to look on the site, you can see you'll get 3 music loops, and then you'll get a number of additional sound effects. Sound effects are typically more like one-shots, and I'll show you what that looks like. So if we go into the program, and let me scroll over to show you what this looks like for you. So when you first download the player, you're going to see I have tons of sound folders over here, and a lot of those are sounds I've uploaded myself. So if you own sound sets, you can upload them yourself from any website. I have a number of programs that I have downloaded from DriveThruRPG and what have you, and you can load them all in here. But what we're going through today is the Extended Combat Pack. So you can see there's 2 folders, one for FX and one for music. Let's start with the FX. Now I'm going to go over here and show you, I've set up a session, and we'll go to the FX section. This is typically for the longer loops, but you can actually drag and drop effects in here too, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let's start with these sound effects. So here are all the folders, and if you click on the folder, you'll see there's 4 different variations of this glass debris crash. So you can see here, if you look down where I basically drug and dropped the entire folder, you'll actually see that it drops all 4 files. This number 4 here shows it's a playlist. If I click on that, you're going to see all 4 files are in here. So let's just click on this. So that's the first glass debris. The second. The third. They're all just slight variations, but I like having that variation. And there's the 4. So if you open this again, you can see if I click the shuffle, every time I click on this, it'll actually be random. So the way I've done it, by leaving that off, it's just cycling through them each time I click it. But if you shuffle this, then it'll be completely random each time you select it. So let's do a little bit of the crash rock debris. There's 4 of those. So again, just little variations. And then let's go to crash wood. A little more lumber. Let's go fire elemental. And that's a fire elemental attack. Let's go over to ice elemental. Cool, I like that one. Definitely some differentiation there. All right, we're going to rapier, flush. I get here a little bit more on the end of that one. That one was kind of short and sweet. Yeah, I like it. Let's go to rapier metal. It's a little bit different sound to the tin. Wood. And we'll go to rock elemental attack. About water elemental. Nice. So you'll also see that all of these numbers down here are hotkeys. So if I click, you can't see this, but I'm going to click 2 on my keyboard. I'll leave my mouse away from here. And it triggers that. And you can update these. Oh, sorry. By clicking on key mapping and then just changing that. Wipe it out, and I'll put a 2 back in there. But so that's kind of cool. You can change these numbers. You have to have the window in focus, just FYI. I think that's something that they'll try to hopefully fix over time. But right now, you have to have the window in focus for those hotkeys to work. So let's go back to music. And here's the music preset, Combat Fighting. So I'll play these for a bit, and I'll fast forward through them so you can get a little feel for what the whole track is like. Go about halfway through. Not quite halfway, I guess. Nice little background when you don't want too much going on, but you want just a little bit as you're talking through. You might notice that I have this set up to where the audio will duck when I'm talking. That's the only reason that sound is going down. All right, let's pause that and go into Combat 1 Complicated Strategy. That's a pretty cool, intricate one. I like it. We'll go down into here about halfway through. Some neat use of strings there. Skip a little bit more. All right, let's go to the last one. Combat Start Running. A little more drums to that one. That's kind of cool. I like that. Go about halfway through. A little faster. And towards the end. Nice. One thing I want to show you, just because I think it's important, is if you do have a one shot, if you normally drag and drop it in there and click on it, it's going to loop infinitely because it's intended to be an FX. So it's intended to go once. However, you could trick it. If you go into sequence 1, you can change, you can have it delay. So you could put it on like a 10-second delay. I'll show that for a second. So if you do a 10-second delay, so once that's done, you'll see this meter fill, and it's going to play 10 seconds later. As soon as that meter's filled, it'll loop again and play again. Go. So if you wanted to do something and you want this in here, but you only want to trigger once, but you don't want to have to remember to pause it, just set it for like 10,000. And then once you go back to here, click it, and it's not going to play for a long time. So you would have to remember, like when the scene is over, which typically for me and maybe last a few minutes, you just hit the all stop button so this doesn't come again. But that's one way to use a sound effect without having it play again. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll consider supporting Cast and Play and RPG Sounds. Again, this combat pack is $4.99. And if nothing else, download the program and give it a run, upload some videos or some sound files that you own and give it a whirl. So I hope you enjoyed and hope to see everyone next time.